Hi everybody, welcome back to the channel. We have something special for you today. I actually just got back from the beautiful Hungarian capital of Budapest. Everything was stunning, from the architecture to the thermal baths to the Christmas markets on every corner. The food was incredible, the people were nice. It exceeded my expectations in every way. I even had a completely unplanned run-in with Mikey Chan from Strictly Dumpling, who's one of the reasons I started doing this channel in the first place. Make sure to check out his website as well. He's a real pro. If all of this seems a little intimidating and you need some help, I highly recommend Experiences by George. He's a local and took us all around the city. We got to eat like the locals eat and drink like they did too. It was a blast. So in honor of this great trip and wonderful experience, I thought we'd make some Hungarian beef goulash. Let's get cooking. Now, authentic Hungarian goulash was made hundreds of years ago and outdoors over an open fire, and that's not something we're gonna do today, but we can honor a lot of that. I'm gonna be using a cast iron skillet to get a really good sear on the beef short ribs. And then we're gonna be using the Thermomix mixer, which is a great kitchen tool allowing me to combine all of the ingredients and cooking them at the same time. So that frees me up to do more important things like drink wine. The soul of this goulash is authentic Hungarian paprika. You're looking for grades like Noble Sweet or Iris, the hot version, which adds a little kick without blowing out your palate. Today, I'm building a complex base using a blend of Noble Sweet, hot, and even a touch of smoked paprika. We're going to cook it gently in a mix of duck and chicken fat to release the color and flavor. You can use any stewing beef, but I'm using short ribs for that rich, gelatinous texture. We're going to add our aromatics. Garlic and some yellow or white onion would be ideal. And I've got some fresh baby bell peppers that I'll cut up and add to this soup. For the root vegetables, we have potatoes, of course, parsnips, and carrots to add some natural earthiness and sweetness. Finally, add herbs and seeds like caraway, and then we're going to deglaze with homemade beef stock to bring it all together. The first thing we're going to do is get some of our veg ready. Now, you have a lot of flexibility around what kind of vegetables that you use. Now, if you wanted to, you could just throw all these vegetables whole into the Thermomix and use its chop function, but I'm going to do this by hand. We're going to use some parsnips here. Parsnips, if you're not familiar with them, are, they look like white carrots, but they're not. They actually, in my opinion, are closer to a potato, a starchy, kind of sweet potato. And let's make sure to throw some carrots in there as well. Now, while we're peeling, let's add those potatoes. Now that we've got everything peeled, let's go ahead and chop up those vegetables. The size is up to you. I prefer smaller pieces so that it can all fit in a spoon at the same time, but if you'd like larger chunks, that's fine too. Now, let's turn our attention to the beef. I've chosen to use boneless short ribs because my butcher had a great set of them, but any good stewing beef will do. You could also use lamb. We're gonna use a hot cast iron skillet to sear one side and get a really good Maillard reaction on it. After the sear is done, cut those short ribs into manageable bites. It'll still be rare on the inside. Part of the beauty of using a Thermomix is that it can really do a lot of the functions for you. We're just gonna throw in whole vegetables and aromatics and let it do the chopping. So garlics and some whole onion, and we'll place the lid on and have it chop it really quickly. And so there's a specific breed of pig in Hungary that obviously we don't have here. Malanga. Anyway, it's this big, fat, actually like fuzzy, furry pig, and that's what they use all of their oils and fats for. That's the base of a lot of this. So since we don't have that, I've got this is some chicken fat, some schmaltz that I rendered out of a chicken I was cooking the other day, and then this is duck fat that I use. So I saved these, and when I have them, I can use them in applications like this. So what we'll do is just add all of the fat in here. This would just be in place of butter or lard. And then what we do want to do is get our temperature up. And since we are going to be searing and cooking, I like to get it at around 100 degrees. I know it's in Celsius. Half of my audience thinks it's crazy. The other half is like, thank you. Believe me, if you start learning how to cook in Celsius, it makes so much more sense. What's freezing? 0. What's boiling? 100. And then we'll start it just like that. And we're letting the machine heat and stir for us at the same time. So there's really nothing for us to do right now. So those onions are going and the garlic, and the caraway is in there now. We're gonna start adding our paprika, and that you're gonna want to bloom. And so that's why we're adding it to the fat. And so now we're gonna rely back on that Thermomix. We're gonna put the beef in, some tomatoes in broth, seal it up, and cook it for about an hour at 98 degrees, just below boiling. And that's gonna help render out a lot of the fat and make the meat super tender. At the very end, we'll start to throw in the vegetables, and then those are gonna get cooked in as well. Okay, so we've got this good to go. Let's go ahead and add our vegetables in and turn it on for another 15 minutes or so. And that sound means we're done. This is the perfect time to open up, see your beautiful goulash inside, give it a taste, see if it needs a little bit of salt or pepper, or even some acid, maybe a little bit of lemon juice or vinegar. Put it in a bowl, maybe garnish it with a little bit of shaved onion and some parsley, and you're set to go. See you in Budapest.